I just had to pull this out of the trash. And I will tell you why in a minute. Hi. Hello, people. Let's see today's reader question. And I did not start with an intro because I don't know if any of you guys know, but any kind of a live or any kind of interviews that I do, they go, Merry Christmas, y'all. They go on my podcast. I have a podcast. So they go on there. So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do an introductory because then I have to cut it from the podcast and I'm too lazy. Y'all hear that? That's Eddie cleaning up supper. It's Taco Tuesday. Hello. There's some comments. Hello. How are you on YouTube? Hello, Debbie Dunn. How are you? Hello, Anita. Hello, Jeannie. Were you inspired by the Washington Bridal Show? I don't even know what that is. I don't even live in Washington. Hello, Donna. Hey, girl. How are you feeling? Hey, Tammy. Yum. Your coffee cup is that. Oh, you mean about this? Well, this isn't coffee. This is my water. I did have a lot of coffee today, obviously. Good evening, Darlise. I love me some tacos too. Hello from Indiana. Hey, Stephanie. I pop up when I do Washington, D.C., Virginia. Really? Oh my gosh, no, I'm in Kentucky. Nowhere. Well, I'm near Virginia, and Washington, D.C. is really just like 5 hours away, but I stay away from that place. Alarm just went off for your. Oh, how fun! Yay! I love hearing that. I was wondering if that was cold coffee with a straw. It is not. It's water. I do drink cold coffee every once in a while, but I really prefer hot. And today it was 29 degrees here. And so I made sure that I made a whole pot of coffee this afternoon, which I usually only make like 1 or 2 cups. I made a whole pot. So I'm like all jacked up. Speaking of Jack, I'm really jacked up. Jack's team is playing. Who are they playing? Michigan State. Michigan State tonight on the ESPN at 6:30. So I came on a little live because I got to watch him on the TV. Ooh, I think that they might, have a run for their money tonight. Hello, Barbara. How are you? I hope you're well. And we are here to answer a reader question by Miss Barbara herself. Oh, you're so welcome. So, Barbara, of all days to pick your question, I had thrown something away. And as Eddie's cleaning the kitchen, I literally, while I went live, started digging through the trash because I threw it away today. And this is what it looks like. So it's a shopping bag. And you can see it's written all over. And that answers your question. This just so happens not to be Dottie. This would happen to be Maisie Doss in my new series, the Maisie Doss Mysteries. And so this one happens to be from Maisie. And it was in my car. And I was out Saturday for Small Business Shopping. And I'm working on her 3rd book. And so I was at this cute little store with my mom and my sister that was local. And I'm like, oh, they were like shopping and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not a big shopper, like in-store shopper. Like, give me an Amazon all day long and I can just click, 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 buy, now, add to cart. But I am not a big shopper. So I was writing this book, and I think I showed this to y'all the other day. So I was writing the book, and so the third book, and so something popped into my head that I needed to change. And so I actually changed so I started thinking about it while they were shopping, and I went up to the lady at the counter. I'm like, do you have a piece of paper? She's like, well, no, I have a white shopping bag. I'm like, oh, can I have that? They'll pay for it when they come pay for their stuff. So she gave it to me, and I sat there with her marker and jotted down everything: gun, cousin, practice, failure to appear, bail bondsman, Dixie, that's her best friend, like the dad plot. I mean, all this stuff. So when you ask if characters, not just Dottie or May, ever interrupt my sleep, meals, and driving, I can say yes. As a matter of fact, I can grab my phone and I can show you pictures or my notes where in the middle of the night I'll wake up and I'll be texting and none of it makes sense in the morning, but I can kind of figure it out as I go along. So always. And also, like, there have been pictures I've posted somewhere on this Facebook page of Eddie sitting in the passenger seat while I'm driving, and I'm like, grab a paper, grab a pen, because I keep notebooks in the car, and I start dictating what I want him to write. Because when I'm driving, I'm so focused on the road and the things around me that my mind isn't thinking about all of the writer things and all of the plots. And so that is something that we do when we're in the car. So they always are. Let's see, do they ever argue with you? If so, who usually wins? The characters always win. So this is a really interesting question too, Barbara. So a lot of people call that writer's block. I don't believe in writer's block. As a matter of fact, another one of my friends just wrote a nonfiction book, and she quoted me in her nonfiction book for writers about writer's block. And so to me, whenever you're writing your book and your character just doesn't want to go there, it's not working with you, you're thinking about the plot and you're like, why isn't this working? You know, and on paper it works great, but as I'm writing it, you know, it doesn't work well coming out. Like the plot might be there and you might like write out the plot, but it just doesn't transpire on paper. There's no sort of the characters just doesn't feel natural. The characters aren't talking to you. It's not flowing. And so people will stop writing and they're like, oh, I've got writer's block. I can't write. The scene's not coming together. If I just think about the scene, I'm like, dude, that is not what happens. Something's happened in your story that's not working. And it's not working with the characters. It's not working with the story. So I always tell people, if you go back and reread what you have written so far, it will click. You'll be like, oh my gosh, duh, I should have known that. And so that is when the character always wins. So a lot of times when I go walking, you know, during the day, I will, as a matter of fact, I did 29 degrees here. And I just said to Eddie, you know how many steps I've done today? Apparently, when I told him this, it was like 900. Now I've got 1,000 steps in. I'm usually done by 10,000. So I haven't gotten in all my steps. And I don't think I'm going to. But anyways, but the point is when I go out and I go walking, it's because a lot of times it clears my head. I can think about the next day's plot and what I want to write the next day. So that is the answer to your question. So that is it. Hello, Leslie. How are you? Hello. Will she end up with Henry, please? You're talking about Maisie Doss hasn't released yet. Are you talking about Dottie? Probably Dottie. I don't know. Stay tuned. She loves Dottie so much. I think we all do. Hello, Jane. How are you? Hi, Mary. How are you? The lady that plays Miss Debcheck on the third Rock from the Sun might be a good Dottie. I'm sorry I don't have her name. Oh, I don't know who that is. Somebody's texting me. Let's see who's text. Oh, it's my mom and my sister. I don't know what they said. So, anyways, I don't know. I didn't watch Third Rock from the Sun, but I am sure it is good. Hello, Linda. How are you? Oh, so Barbara said, yes. Okay. A lot of answers to your loaded question, and you were the question that was last for November. So, on December the 1st, you will have a new thread on Facebook and YouTube where you can enter your question and hope that I read it on Tuesday nights at 6:00. And so tonight I'm going to pop off because, like I said, Jack's game starts in about 15 minutes and I got to do all the things before I get ready for that. So I love you guys and I will talk to y'all a little later. Bye.